Good morning or afternoon, everyone. This is your host, Ashley Randolph, with the Ashley Randolph Show. I am here with another wonderful episode. Today, I have Dr. Natasha. Doesn't that sound so lovely? Dr. Natasha, she's wonderful. I'm so grateful to have her here, not only just for our families, but even for our healthcare professionals. So she's amazing. Dr. Natasha, thank you for being here with us. I would love for you to introduce yourself, a little bit about what you do, and then we're going to get started in this conversation that I've been dying to have with you. You're on mute, Dr. Natasha.
Thank you so much for the invite. I am delighted to be here. I'm always delighted to have conversations with people who are doing dynamic work such as yours, right? I am Dr. Natasha Wright. Dr. Tasha, that's it for short. I am a licensed clinical social worker. I am also a transformational coach. I work primarily with women in both arenas. I also run a group practice focusing on wellness for women. So my days are spent servicing women and helping women navigate life in all areas of transition and maybe some hardships and struggles, but really being a sacred and safe place for women. I'm a mom of two little boys. Well, not little boys. One's 22. So, right. And the other's 14, so I don't think he would think he was little either.
Yeah, they're not little no more. Them your big boys now.
Right, because I'm like, my little boys. Well, I guess they ain't. So that's me. In a nutshell, I reside in Connecticut.
Ooh, nice fun fact.
I'm across the way.
Okay. I put myself on mute when you introduced yourself because you just have so much that's so good about what you do that I didn't want any interruptions in the background. Okay. Everyone, she does a lot of amazing work. I am so grateful to have her here, even if it was for 5 minutes. I mean, anything that she can give any of us is gonna be of value. Dr. Natasha, or Dr. Tasha, I'm sorry.
Whichever one. As long as it's not Dr. Wright, it feels so formal.
That I'm the same way. So I tell all my interns and staff, just please call me Ashley. I can't do President Ashley. I know that's my title, but it's okay. Okay, so I'm a mom with 3 kids. Okay, so like you got 2 grown boys. I call my son, he's about to be 12. He's way bigger than me. So I'm like, okay, you my grown boy now. I got 3 kids. I have 2 nonprofits that I'm running. I have all these different titles as well that I have to juggle every day. I probably work 7 days a week, but I'm working on getting that down to 5 days a week. Hello. It's been 8 years. I think I deserve that. What tips do you have someone like me, even if they don't have a lot of titles like me, but maybe just their day-to-day life of going to work and taking care of the kids is a lot. So what advice do you have for us?
To start off, let me say blanketed, whether it's entrepreneurship, regular 9 to 5, the children. I don't care if you're a housewife, there's a plethora of things to do.
Yeah,
absolutely. So almost context almost doesn't matter nowadays because there's always something going on. So the universal conversation that I'm having with women is the question that I originally or first start out with is, how are you? Not how's what you're doing, not how's the boys or how's the girls, how's the husband, how's the business, but how are you? And usually I get a pause because not a lot of women are being checked on. They're like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, so sit with it for a minute. I usually got time. Or I get this almost auto response of, fine, I'm good. No, slow down. Let's ask again. And then once I ask, how are you? I pivot to, well, how's your heart? And that is a totally different question. And it forces people, women, to pause for a minute and examine what's going on in life. And I usually get a more authentic response. Because you can't fly, you can't, when I ask how's your heart, it's not good, fine, great, how you? No, those are those automatic responses when we are in the hustle and someone asks you, how you doing? Good, I'm great, you good? All right, and then we're in passing. And so having women slow down. So what I want people to know is, women to know, is that I do believe that you can have it all. I'm a firm believer that you can have career, that you can have children, you can have hobbies, you can have dreams. It's just how we manage the time that we're given. So where I come in at is strategy, because I do believe that you can have it all. We are all given the same 24 hours and 1 day.
Right.
And I'm sure we all have dreams and hopes and desires, but what are we doing with them? Do they get lost in the hustle of life? So one tip is checking on yourself. How are you? That how's your heart question doesn't have to go from one woman to another. We can sit and reflect in our quiet time when we carve out quiet time and ask ourselves,
okay,
how's your heart? But having that, stealing a moment to say, how am I doing? And then being real reflective of, I'm having a rough week. It's been a rough month. It's been a rough quarter. Everything is extremely busy. I don't know if I'm going to the right or going to the left. That's data that we can use to say, I might need a better plan. I might need some systems put in place.
Okay.
Because there are times when we are doing everything that we should be doing and that we can be doing. We're probably just not doing it in a most strategic way.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Yeah. So it's like, well, I can't drop anything. And sometimes that you're absolutely right. Sometimes it is the job, it is the kids, it is if you have a spouse, all of these, if you're caring for aging parents, if you're caring for small babies, if you're caring for sick children, all of that. And you're like, well, what do I do now? I can't drop any of it. Right. And so I don't approach it as you have to drop it, but let's just look at it. And how do we get a better system or strategy to help manage it?
Oh, that's good. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yes. Strategy is everything, though.
I always say that, I'm like, we need a strategy to do this thing. So if you want it all, you got it all. Because the way that I look at it also is most women, me, and I always come from the context of women because that's who I deal with. Yeah. So men, I'm not being exclusive or excluding you all, but I always naturally flows is, are the women that we can have it all. And just how do we have it all, right? It's that how to. So, and I believe that women are so gifted that there is usually a call, a urge, a mandate to do multiple things. And then instead of running from it, how do we lean into it with better systems and strategies to get it done, where we're not worn out and weary at the end of the day, at the end of the month, at the end of the quarter. And so that's where I come in as a thinking and thought partner.
Right.
Like, this is what I'm doing, or this is what I want to do. How do I make this happen and still live a healthy, aligned life? And I'm strategic, I'm strategy. So I'm like, okay, let's write it all out. Now let's go to work.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Let's go to work. I have a question for you. Okay. So with your expertise and knowledge, I have noticed that a lot of African-American moms that I have in my nonprofit, a lot of them seem to veer towards negative, like social media sites, or let's say reality TV that promotes negativity. And I always hear, well, I'm able to look at somebody else having a hard time, and for a minute it takes me away from mine. Now, is that something that you would recommend, or like me? I'm sorry, I watch Christmas movies all year long because it brings me instant joy. Like it could be
Yes.
May, and if I watch it in 10 minutes, I'm instantly happy.
Yeah.
I try not to stay on those negative pages or sites as much. What do you recommend?
I'm with you. So I do not recommend watching these toxic shows, unhealthy. I do understand that some women find comfort in the craziness because one, they're able to detach from what's going on in their life. And then they're able, it's like mindless TV.
Right.
But it's planting seeds. So as mindless as you want it to be, it's planting seeds, right? So for me, I like to tell the women that I work with, what's your intake? And then they be like, my intake, what do you mean? What are you seeing? What are you listening to? What is your intake of information? What are you watching? What podcasts or songs are you listening to? They have unconscious effects on your behaviors.
I said so.
Too. Yeah, I totally. That's why I'm like, turn the TV off. So I'm not a big promoter of watching television. Now, I do love a good movie. I do love sometimes mindlessly watching TV, but I only allow myself to watch TV on the weekends. I do not watch TV. I watch TV from Friday afternoon, because that's when my workday finishes, to Monday night. Sunday night. Monday through Friday early afternoon, my TV does not come on.
Wow. Okay, so I always have my TV on, but I'm hardly ever watching it though. But it's background always noise. On. Now my kids, they're in school from 7:30 in the morning until 5:30 every day, Monday through Friday. They have a strict schedule to be home, to be in bed at 8 p.m. So when they come home, they do their routine, take a shower, start putting on your night clothes, homework, dinner. Then they get an hour of game time, usually right before bed. So they're not watching TV.
Yeah.
By the time they turn on the TV to put it on cartoons, it's 8 o'clock. They're laying down for bed. By 8:30, they're knocked out sleep. So without them even noticing, they're not even watching TV as much as other kids are. But I do notice that other kids are teaching them things at school. For instance, my son, he's never seen. So I'm one of those real strict parents, and I love it. So I don't care what no one says. The TV guides, and you know how it says the ratings TV 14.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you're not 14, I'm sorry, you're not watching it. So my son comes home and he'll be like, "Oh, mom, Jason movie. I heard about Jason, or I heard, there's a movie called Saw or something." And I'm like, who's letting their kids watch this? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I tell them, yeah, one day you'll watch it, but you're not that age yet. But I do know that a lot of the outside world has an impact. So that's why I'm so into the parents about what they're watching too. Because sometimes the kids see what you're watching and you may not even be really paying attention, but they're picking up on everything that video is showing, or whatever they're listening to. Like you said, even simple podcasts, it's giving them visuals. They're hearing it, and however they want to, think about it, that's how they're going to think about it.
Absolutely. And YouTube is big now amongst my son.
That's what I was thinking of, was YouTube.
Yeah, my son doesn't watch a lot of TV per se. He watches YouTube. And so just think about watching YouTube on not the children's YouTube, but on regular YouTube, and the commercials that can come through. Right. Yep. And so they just plant seeds. And so I like to err on the side of caution. So I direct and I control what's going on in my ears or what I'm watching. So the limiting of TV is huge because it takes up such a gap of time So you're like, I could be getting this done, but I'm gonna sit down and I'm not saying that, you know, these shows don't be good. They probably do. I don't have cable. I ain't had cable in must be probably 12 years. I stream everything. So when I say that I watch TV, I watch Hulu and Netflix on the weekends. And I don't like series. If I have to watch a series, I may have to make sure that I have time to finish it. Ooh. Because it'll drag into my week and it bothers me.
Yep.
So
I'm the same way. I
don't have time to finish a series, I need a movie that's less than 2 hours. I'm in and out and I'm moving on to the next thing, because a good series will be on my mind all week and I'm distracted. Yeah. So like I said, what we do and being strategic with the time that we're given. And so I give practical tools on really how to order your day, to order your week, to order your month, and how to really get things done.
Okay, now I like how you say that. So how can someone be a part of what you're doing? So for me, go right to my website. There is a discovery form up there. Yeah, you can go right there. I offer VIP days. So I'm for the busy person. I don't have no long program because I work with busy people. I work with ambitious, busy, motivated, but slightly overwhelmed people. Yeah. And overwhelm is not a negative thing. It could be like things are going, I have to do all of this and I just don't know how to do it. And so I'm a VIP strategist. So I'm a strategist. I strategize. I come to my clients or my clients come to me. We meet to make sure that we're just a really good fit. And then we begin to look at life. And so there's a discovery form on my website, drnatashaWrightConsulting.com. And it's a quick questionnaire. Pop into my calendar. And then we begin to talk about what it would look like to partner together. Do you want clarity? Do you want a plan? Because I come to find out that people have dreams and goals, but they don't have a plan. They can't execute. So the dream the goals remain so abstract that nothing's getting done. Yeah. And to me, the dream and the goal, it's just something that's hidden and probably latent in your heart because there's no strategy to go along with it. And because we're busy, ambitious women, got a lot of hats going on here, right? That we don't even have time to think. So I am that thought partner to help you think and strategize. So working with me, I work in 3-month increments. So in those 3 months, at the end of a VIP day, you leave with a tactical strategy to execute for the next 3 months. Ooh, I like that.
This is for the ambitious people that know they have something, they know they're ready, they just can't think.
It's the first step. You hear so much. People don't know just the first step. Just show me the first step and I got it. And
I make it clear. They actually leave with a tangible document that's like, listen, this is what you do next. This is how you do. And I'm there and I offer support for 30 days post the VIP day. And by the time you execute this 12 weeks, you'll come back to me for another VIP day because we're going to the next thing.
Ooh, y'all take advantage of them VIP days.
Yes. Okay. And the VIP days looks like me. It's either one-on-one, depending on how it's scheduled, or with a small group. No more than 4, because we're executing. Because you get me that day, and I'm thinking and rolling.
Yeah. And we're executing, getting to work.
And that's what I always say. I'm for the hungry. Ooh, I come for the hungry. I like that. Because I'm ready to feed. And if you're not hungry, I'm going to do nothing but give you a stomachache. Ooh. Because I'm going to have an opposite effect. I'm going to aggravate everything in you. So if you're not hungry and ready to go, then I'm not for you.
Nope.
Because I'm just going to aggravate you. Yeah.
Just like VIP. You come prepared or you're not coming in VIP. I'm sorry.
That's it. Right. So that's my life and my strategy and how I get women from point A to point B and ultimately to Z. Step by step.
Step by step. 3-month program. DrNatashaWrightConsulting.com. Do you have any Instagram or Facebook?
I do. Instagram, it is IAM_Dr.Natasha W. And Facebook is Dr. Natasha Wright Coaching Consultant.
Do you have any books or anything, or are you thinking of writing?
I do have ebooks that were coming out for the VIP day. So I walk through the workbooks. I'm producing 2 workbooks. Part of this is I have 2 VIP days. One's for business and one's for life. So there's a life edition.
Ooh.
That's the walking through life. What are we doing? How do we get this life together? And then another is a business edition. I kind of want to start a business. I don't know where. Let's get through some of this thought work. How do we clear the path so I can do this business?
One last question.
2 different. Mm-hmm.
So you said business days, and you said you have business and you have one for life.
Yes, I do.
Would the business one also work for NICU nurses? Because we have a lot of healthcare professionals in the medical field listening in too as well. Mm-hmm. So would this work for doctors and NICU nurses and social workers? Because, that's your your little background. So
it does, because it's a day to help you get to strategize how to launch, strategize how to even get through the thoughts of what am I going to do? So remember, it's very tactical. And so afterwards, after they're up and running, then they probably go off to a business coach for the intricacies of the business. But I'm that thought partner that's cutting it out, saying, what is the mind doing? Mm-hmm. How do we get out of our mind? Here's your first step. Here's your second step. Here's your third step.
Yeah. I'm so happy that you created this program. I am so happy that you're African American, first of all, okay? And your voice is powerful. I'm glad of all the work you're doing. I hope everyone takes advantage of these VIP days.
Yes, come on, let's get this together.
Yes. And if you ever have any days you want me to promote on our Glow Preemies website,
wonderful.
Send it to me, the flyer, we'll promote it for you, and we're going to have you back. Sure.
Listen, I'm here. I love talking about strategizing and getting from point A to point B and getting clear.
Yeah, to me, it's money talk to me. If you get your life together, everything else kind of flows.
Right.
So it's like wedding bells. Like, how can you not love to strategize? So, I told you I'm on a tight schedule. So I keep everything around me in a schedule and to the time. Right to the T. So I appreciate you, and I always appreciate your little talks that we have. Yeah, they're always so meaningful. And I hope you all look at her website. I will post it below. Thank you for being here, and we will see you again, I am sure.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. This has been wonderful.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, everyone. That is concluding today's episode with Dr. Natasha. She is amazing. Please, please, please go follow her, like and share and subscribe to her pages, and go look at her website. And we will have her again shortly, okay? Thank you, Dr. Natasha.
Bye-bye.